Yeah, the future of golf, I believe, will be less fancy clothing, better etiquette. I mean, okay, I take that back. Not the future of golf. That's what I want.
Right.
I don't really care if you wear a t-shirt.
Right.
Probably shouldn't do it at LA Country Club, but I think just kind of knowing the appropriate, like even if you go to Los Verdes in the afternoon. A little
bit of a soup sandwich, you know, like me, right? I mean, this is, you know, dressed down. I'm not looking fly like this guy, right?
Well. Well. Oh my God. So funny.
I'm kind of rocking, well, it's not quite that big, but this is almost like 90s style Tiger, right?
The Ashworth.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
right.
man.
Looks like he's wearing pajamas.
You got to go to the Ashworth outlet store.
Yeah.
I bought shirts for like $5. My dad bought, and there was no such thing as, you know, this is when I was like 11. There's no such thing as small, so we got mediums, and they're like literally down to here.
Yeah.
And it's funny. But, you know, that's kind of the deal. Just understanding the value of, like, how do you get invited to the game? How do you surround yourself with a bunch of great players?
Right.
It's almost like trying to become a really good poker player or gin player. Mm-hmm. You won't do it unless you're around them, but then you can't sit there and just get your head bashed and then lose to them. You like can't afford it, right?
Right.
But you need to sit at the table, and like that, there's a bit of a talent there that needs to be learned.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Not really along the lines that you're referring to, but I really enjoy going out with those guys and getting 8 from them and losing. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a good bashing every once in a while. What was the event when you were a kid that you won or played really? Didn't even necessarily need to be a win, but when was it when you were like, man, I think I can do this for a living. I can play with the best.
Oh, I think I thought that when I was 9. When I was shooting 52.
Right.
I mean, you don't. I grew up in a way I was pretty focused. Like 10, 11 years old, playing serious tournament golf. I just do the best I can. I come out with good results. I never didn't think I wouldn't make, like I never go, I hope I can make it one day. Like in my mind, there was no doubt.
Right.
And I think at the very least, that's what you need. Mm-hmm. You need to work hard. You need to respect the game, but you also need to believe in yourself. Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's an important one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's some really good players that haven't gotten to that level just because of that. Like it's a little bit too much of looking up to other great players and not believing in what it is that they're capable of. Sure. Right?
Sure.
They're a little too
realistic or
humble.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate using the word humble because I think it's a really good thing in this game to be humble.
Sure.
But
you got to be humble, but also you have to have self-belief and believe in yourself.
Right. So you're asking me what my base kind of is. What's your base in regards to teaching?
Understanding what the other person wants. Because I don't teach just good players. Mm-hmm. I teach tour players, but I teach beginners. I teach people who play golf once a month. Mm. And, you know, if you really want to just enjoy the game, I'll teach you how to enjoy the game. You don't have to putt out.
Right.
That might make it unenjoyable. Mm-hmm. You hit it on the green, just pick up. Fine. Who cares? You get a bad lie, just move it.
Right.
You know? Helping people set goals. Mm-hmm. Because, like, what if you do shoot 95, but like you want to play in a club championship in the C flight one day? Mm-hmm. Like, how do you go about it? Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we'll set these goals. This is what we need to do. This is the practice we need to put in.
Right.
You know, 2-3 days a week. Got to work on the putting and the short game a little bit. And you do that for a few months, you'll get way better.
Right.
Getting your goals right. Like, what should your goal be?
Right.
You know, I think a score is kind of like, I want to be a millionaire. It's like, well, we all do.
Right.
It's like, well, what's step one? What are you going to do? You know, where do you work? How much do you make now? Like, what's the next step? What's your next move? What do you need to work harder on to move up in your, or are you happy there? Or like, maybe the goal as a coach is like, you got to learn to be content. You're pretty good. You know, gave a lesson to this kid the other day. And I know he's got a regular coach. He works with someone else. And he took one lesson with me. And I said, you know what? I got to tell you, that looks pretty good. Like, really? I said, I think you should hold your finish a little bit and clean your clubs. But other than that, looks pretty good. I think the parents were shocked. They're like, really? Not one video. They have a video of my swing. I go, why do you need a video of the swing?
Yeah.
You know what it looks like. If you want a video of your swing, you could video. You have an iPhone. You know? Like, do we have to feel like we did something?
I think that's something that's said by all really good golf coaches or instructors is, if nothing needs to be said, then don't say it.
Don't say it, yeah.
You know, unless you're 100% for sure that a player needs to hear something, don't say it. You know?
Yeah.
And you might be wrong every once in a while, but checking off all your boxes before you just start splurging out whatever is the first thing that comes off the top of your head, just because it's necessary in your mind to say something, you know? Yeah, it's unfortunate that happens.
Yeah. You know, and I really like to teach my experiences with good players. One of the things that when I play golf, when I've played golf with good players, when I watch other good players, and I'm in a practice round and I've got two like top 10 in the worlds, it doesn't matter how good or bad they hit it. They usually say good shot, or they never say, wow, that was so bad. That's a B player thing. Like, dude, that was disgusting. It's like, that's a very B player line. Good players will either say nothing or like pretend not to look, or they'll like thin one and they go, yeah, that's pretty good. And the player who hit it goes, yeah, that's not bad. That's like the talk. No one goes, dude, that was disgusting. You just those words don't come. It's like not in your vocabulary. It's not in the repertoire. Like, and I think there's something to be said about that, of like how you set up your environment to win. You're going to hear enough. If you're a good player, you're going to hear enough of negative things. You don't need to be doing it around each other. You know. I tell my junior golfers, I said, I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, in golf, when you start getting really good, people are going to be mean to you. Other parents, and if you think the world is dandy, and like all the junior golfers, when you go to an SCPG tournament, are nice, that's because you suck and you're no threat. Till you start to have a routine, till you have a good attitude, then people are going to be mean to you because now they see you as a threat. It's amazing I have to have that conversation, but it's totally true. You know, you're usually very nice to people who suck and the people who, in junior golf, till you learn to embrace it and you just respect everyone. That's another good player thing to do. That's what I see.
It's tough to understand that and have that perspective when you were a kid, unless you've got somebody like you around who's been through it. You know, to just kind of give them a heads up. Hey, look, this is what's going to be coming at you. Just be prepared, you know?
Yeah, I love playing muni golf.
I
just feel like I'm golfing. I love it.
Well, like we were talking about last time, you know, the variation in lies, the importance of hitting putts real solidly. You know, teaching you how to grind and keep going. You know, you get a couple of those bumpy putts where you make good strokes and instead of going crazy, you go, hey man, I just got to keep doing what I'm doing.
Just got to do it.
Right.
Yeah, I think one of the things that happens, if you have what it takes to putt out here and continue getting better, you can putt anywhere.
Sure.
I mean, I went out playing one of my early PGA Tour events, and I'm playing a tournament where they're known to have the worst greens on the PGA Tour. I was like, these are amazing. These look freaking perfect. Like, I don't know what the guys won't play in this event because the greens are bad. Are you kidding me?
Right.
You know, it's just perspective, right?
Sure. Perspective is huge. Likes to really switch it up every once in a while is Sahith. You know, there'd be days when I was over at Haase where he'd be like, hey man, let's play from the green tees. You know, like stuff like that, just to change it up a little bit. Hit some different shots. Right.
That golf course is awesome from the front.
Yeah.
I think I'm the only person who regularly plays from every tee box. And I actually I'll hit shots from the back tees the least. You know.
Sure.
I don't know. Sure. I don't need it.
What
but I've literally
hit 3-wood into 2.
Yeah, seriously. Seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But just to get your brain working, you know.
Yeah.
I teach a lot of my girls. I said, you know, you got to stop playing from the whites out there. Go play. Like, if you shoot the same scores, there's a problem.
Right.
That's what I see. Females who are kind of struggling with their game. They shoot the same score from the whites as they do the reds or the greens out there, and that's a sincere problem.
Right.
You hit 6-iron into the greens from the whites, or 5-iron. You hit pitching wedge in with the, you know.
Right.
It's
time to sharpen up the putter and the short game in general. Yep. So no going out to the Sony, just starting off over here on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's actually one of my favorite courses. That place is sweet.
Is it?
Oh, great old golf course.
Yeah.
Great.
The only
golf
place
course.
that I've played out there is Turtle Bay. We had a tournament out there every year in college. But
yeah.
Your tour guys come out here every once in a while?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they love it. They're the only ones who can appreciate it.
Sure.
The B tier players, again, I think it kills their ego because it's like it should not be that hard. I'm like, okay,
right,
you know,
right.
I go, all right, golf's hard.
Right.
Heartwell's really hard.
Right.
I think just having that respect and being careful on these putts and like putting out.
Sure.
You know, when it's 2-3 feet.
Sure.
If you get it, if you know, right?
Right.
Well, Trevor, thanks for coming out,
Dude,
my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah,
man.
we should do it again.
Let's do it again. Yeah.
Make it a monthly thing. We could talk about golf and some other tournaments and
love it.
Get some of your buddies to come out.
Yeah, man.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I look forward to being on your podcast again. And, you know, I love your stuff. So
we got some.
Keep up the good work, man.
We got some golf to actually talk about. The golf that we just played.
Right.
We can talk about our little match.
Yeah.
Now I lost $50 right off the bat on the first hole.
See, it happens.
Right.
It happens.
It did. It happened today.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun. But we got to do that again.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
We got to do it again.
Cool.